Sponsored by Fisherman's Friend.
Hello and welcome to the World's Strongest Man Super Series, the qualifying rounds for the World's Strongest Man, which we held in California later on in the year. Now, the first of the three qualifying rounds will take place at the Mohegan Sun Casino and Resort in Connecticut, the second largest casino in the world. After 6 grueling events, the top 4 athletes will qualify for the final. To take you through the action, your commentators are Nick Halling and Colin Bryce.
Yes, thanks very much indeed, Martin. And for the third successive year, we're back at the beautiful Mohegan Sun Casino and Resort. We're expecting a big crowd to cheer on the strongest men on the face of the earth. Let's go down to the arena and catch up with Colin Bryce.
Hello and welcome to the Mohegan Sun Casino and Resort in Uncasville, Connecticut. A couple hours drive from New York City. And we're here for the first Grand Prix of the World's Strongest Man Super Series. And our top 4 strongmen go on to the World's Strongest Man later in the year. Now, this 10,000-seater stadium is getting packed for action. Sven, what kind of action are we going to see here?
Well, it's one of the toughest events of the year and one of the biggest ones. We are at the beautiful stadium here at Mohegan, but you should have thought we were in Poland. It's almost 50% Polish people here roaring for Poland and Mariusz Pudzianowski.
Mariusz Pudzianowski, 3 times World's Strongest Man, twice a winner here. Now, Bill Kazmaier, you know what it's like to win 3 times at Worlds, but for the Americans, they're quite a young contingent here, aren't they?
Like Kevin Nee is our local favorite. He's a little smaller in stature, but if you measure the size of his heart, it's huge. I think he's going to do well.
Now, Sven, talk us through the first event, the Super Yoke. How hard is it?
Well, the Super Yoke, as you know, one of my old favorites. But I hope for the Norwegian Old Haugen to come through here. But since we are in a gambling place, I put my money on Mariusz here as well.
Well, we have Mariusz Pudzianowski and 11 other gladiators here as well. Who's going to take the 4 slots? Let's have a look at the guys.
Darren Sadler, 27 years old, Boroughbridge, England.
Terry Hollands, 27 years old, from Dartford, England.
Kevin Nee, 21, Hopedale, Massachusetts, USA.
Jason Bergman, 29, Appleton, Wisconsin, USA.
Hi, I'm Louis-Philippe Jean, 22 years old, from Quebec, Canada.
Hey, I'm Marshall M. Dub White, 24 years old, Port Angeles, Washington.
Hi, my name is Alhaza Vladislav. I'm 29 years of age and I'm from Israel.
Jason Paulin, Canada.
Mark Philippi, 39, Las Vegas, Nevada, USA.
Mark Felix, 41 years old, originally from Grenada, but now we live in England.
Old Haugen, 57, Norway, King of the Pack.
Mariusz Pudzianowski, 30 years old, from Poland.
It's a strong lineup featuring the 3-time former world's strongest man, Mariusz Pudzianowski. He's probably the biggest name, but there are no weak links in this lineup. Well, first up, it's the Vulcan Super Yoke. 400 kilos, that's 880 pounds, and it's got to go 100 feet. Mark Felix, formerly of Grenada, now out of the UK, 41 years old, up against the young boy, young enough to be his son, Kevin Nee, the hometown hero.
Well, last year, you know, it was very disappointing. It was my first really good international showing. I mean, I was in 2nd place going into the last event, and I pretty much had 2nd place locked up because of the way that I thought the scoring was. Well, I ended up not being able to start the event because I couldn't flip the bingo finger, and I got 0 points because they counted it as me not being able to start the event. So I got 0 points while everyone else got 14, 15, 16 points. And I ended up going from 2nd place to 5th place. So that was a heartbreaker because top 4 qualified for Worlds, so I didn't qualify right up front. And then I didn't get my first podium finish either, so it was pretty devastating. If I'm right on and I do what I know I'm capable of doing, I think I can get top 3.
To tell the truth, I'm looking forward to all events. I'm ready. I've been training really hard. You know, I haven't leave anything untouched. I've been doing gym training. I've been doing plenty of event training, working on all my weekly event. I'm ready for every event, to tell you the truth.
I do have a goal, though, and I'm going to say it right now. Mark Felix, nothing personal, but last time I competed against you, we were tied going to the last event, and you got me, so I'm trying to get you this time, so, you know, I mean.
I don't know what Kevin Lee been doing or what I've been reading about, but he don't know who I am, really. So tell him, bring it on. I'm ready for him.
Well, this time it's personal. Despite what Kevin Nee might say otherwise, he really wants a victory. He really wants a bit of revenge over Mark Felix. But right now it's age beating experience, not by a lot. Felix is wandering and wobbling a little bit. Here comes Nee trying to close the gap, but he's not going to make it. Felix edges Nee again. He really does have an Indian sign over the young man from Connecticut.
Mark, great time. What's the secret there?
Well, I've been putting a lot of training, you know, so, I mean, our training is really rugged, so when I come in places like here, it's like Christmas to me. I love it.
Kevin, you angry with that or happy?
No, you know what? Mark's a great competitor. Me and him have had some great battles over the years, and, you know, I got to tip my hat to the better man this time, so congratulations, you know, but maybe I'll get you next time, so.
Let him, boys.
Two great rivals with great spirit here at the Mohegan Sun. Join us after the break for more action.
Sponsored by Fisherman's Friend.
Welcome back to the Mohegan Sun Casino and Resort and to the World Strongest Man Super Series. Marshall White in the Super Yoke managed to complete the course in 16.99 seconds, closely followed by Louis-Philippe Jean with 17.58 seconds. Next up was the 57-year-old Odd Haugen with 20.69. Great performance, beating a slightly younger Jessin Paulin. Not bad, Nick.
Not bad is an understatement. Next up, Bergman and the man from Israel, Vlad Al-Hadjoff, who claims to have the strongest legs in the world. But what are they going to do for him here? Not a lot.
Well, he's already gone down once, but Bergman's flying here for a man in his first international. That's excellent.
It really is. Look at that. 14.41 he's been clocked at. And Vlad, the first time we've seen an Israeli in an international strongman event, and that's a baptism of fire. Well, well, well. In the end, it was a walkover virtually for Bergman. But up next, from Borough Bridge, the pocket rocket, Darren Sadler, against the former USA strongman, Mark Philippi. 14.41, the time to beat Bergman. The new kid on the block in the lead here. Oh, Sadler's in some trouble. Philippi's rocking and rolling, but that's not the start that the man from Boroughbridge would have wanted, and he's making very hard work of this. Unlike Philippi, who is flying, I don't think he's going to catch Bergman. But what's going on with Sadler at the moment?
Oh, big disappointment for him. He was looking to get a really fast time here, and I think he's decided on a pickup that was just too low for him. And, well, it's cost him. He didn't even finish the course.
Well, you know who's coming next. Anytime you see those Polish flags flying, and there's a lot of them here, you know who's coming up. It's like we're in Warsaw. Oh, Terry Huss from Dartford in Kent is going up against a wall of sound for this man here.
Mohegan Sun was a great competition for me last year. I had a really good first event and come out all guns blazing. It filtered off a bit towards the end, but yeah, it was a great start and really enjoyed it. I'm hoping to do exactly the same this year as I did last year. get a good placing on the first event and hopefully build from there.
Terry, I don't have chance. The Super Yoke is my event, and I win. I show you who is faster and who has strong legs.
So Bergman's 14.41 is still the benchmark for the Super Yoke, but both these men capable of getting inside that, and Pudzianowski got off to a real flyer.
He's like a 100-meter sprinter. He was already running before he even fully stood up.
Look at the speed of those legs. I mean, this is fast. Hollands is fast too. Both of them fast. Pudzianowski 11.94, but I think Terry Hollands will have blown Bergman's 14.41 out of the water as well, and he has. Wow, that was fast, but what a flyer. It was almost a false start.
Easy for you?
No, not easy, because it's 400 kilo, only 400 kilo, 11 seconds. It's medium time, I think.
Well, if Marius wasn't so fast, you'd look great then. You happy?
Bit disappointed with the start. Made a terrible mess of the start. Got a bit of a wobble on, but second place, I think, so I'm happy with that.
It's all these English fans.
That's it. Where are they? They're all Polish.
Terry Hollands happy with his performance there, just nestling in behind Mariusz Pudzianowski. He's happy with his performance. We're happy. There are two Brits in the top four.
Event 2 is the Viking press, and this 1,000-pound slot machine is on this incredible contraption that you have to pick up your shoulders and push overhead for as many reps as possible. It's around about 330 pounds on the shoulders, 150 kilos. The Viking. Who better to tell us about the Viking press? How hard?
Well, it's a good test of shoulder strength, Colin. And it's going to be very interesting to see if somebody can give Marius a fight for the money here.
I reckon Kevin Nee on home soil is going to put in a big score. Marius could be in trouble.
Well, we'll see how Kevin Nee does, but Darren Sadler of Britain, he hit out 8 reps. After him, Jason Paulin, a bigger man, but he would have been disappointed with just the 4. And the first Israeli to compete at this level, Vlad Aladzov, he hit 9 reps. Odd Haugen, pushing back the years, pushing up the fruit machines 5 times, and then Marshall M. Dub White, one better than him with 6. And Louis-Philippe Jean went one better than him with 7 reps. And the veteran from the States, Mark Philippi, he hit 9. After him, it's the homeboy, Kevin Nee.
So Kevin Nee from Connecticut, got hometown backing, just getting some instructions there from referee Yoko Ahala. He knows what the benchmark is. Philippi and Al-Hadjoff both hit 9. He'll certainly want to do better than that. Double figures, very much a realistic target. And off he goes. Good start. It's all about momentum and rhythm. Well, he needs a big one. Sven Carlsen, how's he looking?
He's going to need at least 15 to beat Marius here, but I think he can do that. He's looking good, looking good. Come on, Kevin.
Well, he's up to 8, but look, he's starting to struggle. It's amazing how quickly those arms can be drained of all their strength. But look at this, double figures. He goes into the lead.
Oh, this crowd is driving him on here. One more would really seal a top 3 position at least.
10. Is that good enough for the overall victory? It's good enough for the lead right now.
Hey, Kevin. Home crowd make a little difference?
I don't know where the hell that came from. I thought this was going to be my worst event for sure. But no, home crowd definitely came in handy. I love these guys. I love coming here every year, man. God bless them, and, you know, just try to make them proud.
So Mark Felix. A man with an awful lot of power. Ooh, this isn't a very good start. It looks very, very slow and steady. Oh, no, and if he's struggling on 3, this could be really bad news for Mark.
His rhythm's all wrong. He's hitting it with his legs and arms out of sync, and oh, he's using so much tricep power there. He'll burn soon.
Soon, he may have burnt now. Can he make 6? Well, this is a disaster. Jason Paulin had 4. Odd Haugen had 5. He's right down among the make weights here. And I think he's done. Yeah, I don't think he's getting any more. 6. Oh, that's not good.
Well, Mark has some good events coming up. He'll have to make it up in those.
Up comes Jason Bergman. For a guy making his debut at international level, Colin, he's looked terrific so far.
Fantastic. He's turned up in great shape. He's like a mini Marius, the American Marius, isn't he?
I'm not sure which one of those two is going to be insulted by that. Well, let's see if he can attack Kevin Nee's 10. That remains the benchmark, with the big guns still to come. These fans getting behind him, giving him a cheer, but any time you stop, you know you're on thin ice. He pushes another one in, but there's not much left in that tank. If he could press the jackpot and get some of those coins out of there, he might have got another one. But 9's not bad. But now the adrenaline level is going to start cranking up because it's the big guns. Terry Holland's next. Pudzianowski still to come. Now, what's Terry going to find here? Always an advantage to go late because you know what everybody else has set. Double figures, the target for Terry. Looking good so far.
He's got wild power, Terry. Oh, he just hits a wall sometimes. He struggles in these hot conditions. He fatigues quickly.
Oh, didn't he hit it quickly? Through 7 he was okay. There was just that slight stumble at 8. And now the power just drained out of his arms. 8. No, he's not happy. There was a lot more there. And suddenly we think we're back in Warsaw again. Marius Pudzianowski knows what he's got to beat. And you know, with Marius, as soon as he goes past 10, he'll say that's it. He won't go on and on. He won't waste effort.
Listen to the fans. 4, 5, but it's coming out in Polish. There's more Polish fans than there are American fans here.
You actually don't need to commentate on this. Well, if you speak Polish, you know exactly what's going on. Oh, too easy. Did enough. 12. Thank you. Maximum points. They're happy. Marius is happy. He should be.
I think they're happy.
Yes, yes, I am very happy. Not my result, only my fun from Poland. It's beautiful.
It's great. How about stones? Can you win there?
I hope finish. Maybe, I don't know. This is sport. Sometimes it's good, sometimes bad. This is sport only.
You're getting better and better. Like a vintage wine, Marius.
Thank you.
Good man.
Thanks.
Marius not entirely sure what Colin's talking about with his wine references, but he knows exactly what he has to do to win an event. Banging out 12 reps just ahead of Kevin Nee, who put in a good performance in front of the home crowd. That, of course, means that Marius is sitting pretty on top of the leaderboard. But look at that. In third place, in his first international appearance, is Jason Bergman.
Event 3, and it's the Atlas stones, the cornerstone of any good strongman event. 6 stones, starting at 130 kilos, that's just under 300 pounds. Working up to the 6th stone, that's 420 pounds, 190 kilos. Last year, only Marius did it, and he suffered. Can anyone do that this year?
Well, I think it's going to take more than just get it up this year, Colin. I think you have to do it in a pretty fast time to win the stones this time.
So up comes Mark Felix, who knows the deal. Now, this is a man who's very good with the stones. I think it's not a question of can he do it, but as Sven says so rightly, how quickly can you do it in this field?
Well, only Pudzianowski managed the 6th stone last year, but these guys just seem to get better and better. And remember Felix in Poland last year when he took the victory on home soil over Marius. That was something special.
Interesting though, Colin, you've seen a couple of these stones have not been placed on the podium. They've rolled straight past that that spot that's been knocked out for them. They don't have to put it in that spot to rest it, but you can just imagine one of these stones flying off the end if there's a bit too much momentum in this. And certainly a couple of these stones from Mark have just sort of rolled all the way down to the other end. Anyway, just to finish here, the 6th stone. And Felix taking his time.
190 kilos. This big boy has a huge diameter as well.
What about the stone?
Yeah.
Well, he's running out of time here, Mark, and he's going to have to settle for 5. Not bad, but he'll be disappointed. Well, elsewhere in the stones, Jessan Paulin also faced disappointment. Just 3 for him. Odd that 57-year-old was celebrating 5 in just under a minute. He was happy. 5-2 for Darren Sadler in a quick 38 seconds. But that 6 stone beating everyone. Mark Philippi disappointed with 3. And Vlad Alhadzov, he of the strong legs, but not the strong arms, just 2. Terry Hollands defeated at the 6 stone. He had to settle for 5. Marshall White also went 5 and no further, but a quick time. And Louis-Philippe Jean did indeed break one of those stones. He pushed it right over the edge. They had to get the tape out. All the athletes were happy with it. The show will carry on. So here's Kevin, and that duct tape shouldn't cause a problem. They've all had a good look at it, Colin.
It's just so light. The glue will be needed for the heavier stones, but as you see, it went on like absolutely nothing. It's only 130 kilos, only 300 pounds, really.
Well, who's going to get to 6? That's the question. Here goes Knee, and they are watching the clock, aren't they? Because all these guys that are on 5 are all going to be checking out the stopwatch. But anybody who can put this 6th one on will go to the top of the pile. And Knee is milking that crowd and saying, I'm going to have a go. He's not done it yet. Nobody's done it yet. But he's got a very good grip on that 6th stone, and he's got a chance. A real chance here for Knee. Listen to those fans, but it's not enough. 5 in 25. Well, there's probably consolation in knowing that after 5 stones, he's in the lead. But there's pride at stake here, and a chance to put Pudzianowski on the spot as well, but it's not going to happen for a 6th stone. Not bad. He goes into 1st place, but with Pudzianowski to come, the pole will know what he has to beat. So here is Marius. Knows what he's got to beat. 25 dead.
Well, as I said, he was the only man last year to do all 6. He can lift this 190-kilo stone. It just depends on how much he puts into the first few. He's going quite slow. I think he's going for the last stone.
I think he is. He's pacing himself. 3 on. Here comes number 4, and he's definitely taking it steady by his standards, making sure we don't get another broken stone. He's in good shape here, but it's going to be close. I'm not sure he's beaten Kevin Knee, you know. That's going to be really close for 5. Kevin could still be in front.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what his time is. I guess I'm ahead of him. He would have gave up if I wasn't ahead.
So Pudzianowski's still trying to go for this 6th stone. It's very close. 25 dead was Knee's time after 5, and it's coming up as 25.4 for Pudzianowski.
How much time? Yeah! Woo!
Well, no wonder Kevin Knee is celebrating. Any time you can edge the great Marius Pudzianowski, you've got something to shout about. Marius is still not happy, but you're second this time, Marius.
Marius just questioning things, but when he looks at the table, there is no doubt Kevin Knee beating him for the first time in a Super Series event in the Atlas Stones by 0.04 of a second. That result means that Knee closes the gap at the top of the leaderboard to just 4 points. Terry Hollands moves up into 3rd. Join us after the break for more action. Welcome back to the Mohegan Sun and Resort for the World's Strongest Man Super Series. So far we've seen 3 times World's Strongest Man Marius Pudzianowski win the first event, the Super Yoke, up against the giant from Dartford, Terry Hollands. Also doing well in this event, the debutant Jason Bergman from Wisconsin, good enough for 3rd place. Mark Felix up against Kevin Knee, a real heated battle, no love lost, and Felix took the honours. Then, in the Viking press, Marius taught everyone a lesson. 2 more reps than any other. But Kevin Knee, the 21-year-old hometown boy, showed everyone what he could do in the stones, beating Marius in this event for the first time. Has he got the Dominator worried?
The fourth event is the car deadlift. You have to pick the back end of this 3,000-pound car, which is about 300 kilos in the hand, just over 750 pounds. Sven, is this one of the toughest deadlifts you've seen?
Actually, I think it's going to be a fight among the reps. I think you're going to get 20 plus to win this event.
Well, Kevin Nee will take on Marius in the last head-to-head. They both have great backs.
Well, Terry Hollands will not be happy, nowhere near that 20 mark that Sven was discussing, just 13. Jason Bergman nearly got there. He managed 19 reps. And Louis-Philippe Jean, his first international, he'll be happy with 8, a respectable score, as was Aladzov's 10 reps.
Darren Sadler having a tough time here in Connecticut. And on the other side, Mark Philippi. Sadler really needs a huge score here. And still we wait to see if Sven's 20 can be breached. Good rhythm from Sadler, and it is all about rhythm and tempo, this one, isn't it?
Tough guy to go against. Philippi, world powerlifting champion back in 1998, so he's got a great pedigree in this kind of gym test.
Both of them going very well indeed. Remember, 19 from Jason Bergman is their target. Philippi starting to blow a little bit. Sadler still looking pretty good, although he's now taking a timeout as well, just as I said that. Was that a well-timed timeout, I wonder? Well, he's still going very well. Gets up to 17, a couple more. Philippi looks like he's near the end of the road. Sadler, one away from a joint first place. Now he's got there. One more puts him into the lead. Oh, he's got it. That's a great effort from Darren Sadler. It puts him right back into the picture. Philippi says 15 is enough, and Sadler, 21. He'll have to settle for that. Good points for the pocket rocket, and they're long overdue.
Lucky 21. Wow, that was amazing.
I need to do something good, so, you know, it's one of those things. It's a good event for me. Better with straps with me being a bit smaller hands, you know. So it's not a grip event.
This is a bit of a comeback coming here.
Hopefully, I needed it. Bad first event, I need to work hard now.
17 reps. Next up, Marshall White, and he's going up against Mark Felix. We don't really know what White's capable of in this one, but it should be a good event for Mark Felix. Well, you never quite know with Mark. You never know what you're going to get.
Well, in deadlift, I think this is the one event where he can't blow hot and cold. He is just hot. Felix has put claims out there before that he's got the strongest back in the world. And once again, we'll see just how good it is.
Well, we'll also find out something about White here as well. He looks like he's struggling a little bit. Felix showing some good rhythm. And no distress flares being sent out there. It's all about focus and intensity. But on the other side, White is struggling a little bit. Sven is down there. Sven, what do you make of all this?
I think he will beat the best. I think he will be the one to beat in this event.
Pudzianowski, Felix, who's better?
Hard to say. Felix is going before him now, so... But it's still going. He's still going.
He is indeed. There's 21. One more from Felix puts him into the lead. White, I think it looks done and dusted. He's in double figures, White. But Felix gets past the 20 benchmark, and he'll tie Darren Sadler. That's good news for the two Brits. But you know who is still to come. Hold those celebrations, Mark.
21, equal first. Equal first with Darren. You happy with that?
Equal first? No, I'm not happy. I just run out of time, you know. Just one of those things.
How's the back? Sore now?
Oh, the back is not sore. I could have got some more strength in me, but I just run out of time.
Oh, well done.
Thanks.
Well, this is where Pudzianowski is at his most lethal, isn't it? He knows what he's got to beat. 21 is the target. You can be sure that when Marius gets to 22, he'll say, thank you, let's move on to the next event. That's part of his strength.
Well, I thought Mark was just lacking a sense of urgency there. To run out of time is really unforgivable. He was slow, he was like a metronome, but Pudzianowski won't make that mistake. He'll attack this so fast in the first 30 seconds.
and it'll be interesting to see which section of the crowd makes the most noise. Is it going to be for the hometown boy, or is it going to be the Poles for Pudzianowski? The bedlam is absolutely raucous in this place now. Both of them rocking and rolling. We've got two different counts going. They're counting for Kevin and they're counting for Marius, and nobody can make head or tail of it.
Well, Kevin Nee could be making a mistake here. He's trying to live with Marius in this. He's attacking this so quickly off the ground, and, well, he's looking a little faint already there.
It's a mistake to try and go head-to-head with Marius Pudzianowski, and Nee does look like he's in some distress. He put so much into that early stuff. Pudzianowski is still rolling, but Nee is in some trouble. He put a lot in early, and the clock ticks, and I'm not sure what Nee's got left in his tank. He's taking huge breathers here, and I'm not sure Pudzianowski's going to get to 21. You know, this isn't looking too good for Marius.
Well, he's talking to the referee, so he's still got some gas in the tank, and oh, Nee's going down.
Yeah, he's collapsed. He's collapsed. They're going to have to get the medics in. Well, Nee is okay. That's the good news. Marius is on 20, and I think he's going to have to settle for that. Wow, what an event. Marius is knocked out of first place. Kevin Nee is knocked out full stop.
Good to see Kevin Nee back up on his feet. Plenty more work for that young man to do, but that was a good event for the Brits. Darren Sadler and Mark Felix, each with 21 reps. But at the top of the leaderboard, it's a battle between Pudzianowski and Kevin Nee. Below them, it's a real battle for the final qualifying positions.
The penultimate event is the Hercules hold. 3,000-pound cars on either side of these ramps, and you have to hang on to them for as long as possible. Mental test or physical test, Jason?
Well, Colin, I think it's a little bit of both, but I'd have to lean a lot towards the mental side. It does, you know, tax the grip, but at the same time, you have to be willing to stick it out and go for whatever you need to win.
Well, that's come from a young man in his first international, and he's in third place.
Well, Marshall White managed to stick it out for 23 seconds. Mark Philippi just 2 seconds more, 25 seconds for him. Darren Sadler will be very disappointed with just 16 seconds. And although Terry Holland's performance puts him in the lead at this stage, he would have wanted more than just 25 seconds.
Well, you heard Jason Bergman, this young man, say it himself. Whilst it's obviously physical, there's such a psychological element to this particular discipline. You've got to tell your brain that while your arms feel like they're getting torn out of their sockets, it's okay, you can hold it and you can win at this. Of course, you can't win. Eventually, gravity does win, but it's mind over matter in a very real sense, this one.
Well, he's just trying to find a happy place, if that's possible at the moment. He's doing well, though. Oh, the shakes.
23.42, not enough to knock Terry Hollands out of first place. So, up next, it's Mark Felix.
Now, did you see the way the shakes just came on there? This is so heavy, this Hercules hold. Usually it's a considerable amount lighter than this.
Always reminds you of the bleep test, doesn't it? When you feel good, but then suddenly, bang, you hit zero. And once you get the wobbles, that's usually the end of the story for all these competitors.
Well, Mark's got the biggest hands in international strongman. He puts it down on a ruler, it's almost 12 inches across. I wonder if that's good or bad. Can they act like straps here, or is it a hindrance on small handles?
20 seconds and he still looks like a Greek statue out there. Starting to get the shakes here, but Terry Hollands has been passed. Felix goes into first place, but with Pudzianowski still to come, Mark's going to want to hold this and set it as high as he possibly can. His poise and his balance are perfection as we hit 40 seconds. No movement at all.
He's such a warrior, Mark. In some of the events you need rhythm, he can make a huge mistake, and he's gone at 46.07.
That's big. That's a target. Beat that, Pudzianowski.
Look at the size of these hands. It's about 12 inches across. Big hands equals big grip.
Oh, yeah, great grip, great grip. I mean, once the handle is set up right for me, I'm going to go all the way.
Well done.
Thanks a lot.
Well, if it all comes down to who's got the biggest hands, up I'm not sure that Kevin Nees is going to be the man to win this competition, despite having many fans in the auditorium here. I remember last time we saw Kevin, he had an oxygen mask applied to his face. Pudzianowski looks on, knowing he's coming up next and knowing exactly what he's got to beat as well. But let's see if Kevin's got enough oxygen back in that body to be competitive here.
Well, Kevin goes down in just about every contest. It's something he really has to address, this fainting. Touch of the James Browns about him. He goes down and gets flagged up again. But hopefully he can hold his strength here to suck the oxygen in.
If he can get up to 26 seconds, he's automatically in second place, and that's good. He's got there, but everything's starting to rock and roll, and Felix's 46 seconds is looking good, but Kevin's finding second wind again. 46 may still be beyond him, and it is, but again, he puts absolutely everything he's got into his events. There's no way you can ever accuse Kevin Nee of not giving it literally everything he's got. Second place at the moment.
You got to think about your commitment. You're not quite pulling your weight here.
Dude, I'm gonna kill myself before this thing is over. I just want to go to sleep, Colin. That's all I want.
I'm sorry, you got one to do. You got one to do. No, you're not.
And it's a deadlift. How the hell am I gonna do that right now?
You got a paycheck to you. No paycheck unless you do it.
One more. You know what? This crowd is awesome. The Super Series is awesome, man. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be working this hard, you know. So I owe it to the Super Series. I owe it to the crowd. I owe it to my family. You know, I love you guys, and, yo, let's keep it going, right?
We're loving it, too. Good man. Well done.
Thank you.
So, what does he want here, Marius? He's in pole position, excuse the pun. Does he want a bit of pride, in which case he'll have to beat Mark Felix's 46.07. Kevin Nee is next at 35.66. On a good day, Pudzianowski will take that 46. But how much does he want it? That's the question when he doesn't really need it.
Marius doesn't like losing any event. I think that's part of being a champion, isn't it? You just want to test yourself as much as testing yourself against others.
And there's actually a danger at looking in the clock here, because that starts to mess with your mind, and so much of this is psychological. You start giving yourself a countdown. You just got to stay in your own little world. Well, he's gone past Hollands, but there he is checking out the clock. Kevin Nees, 35.66 is his next target. He's not going to make it. He doesn't make it. Well, third place is good enough for Marius, of course, but, well, third, that's unusual.
A tremendous performance by Britain's Mark Felix, blitzing the field in that. But look at Kevin Nee picking himself up off the floor after he collapsed in the last event to take second place. Now it's all to play for in the top two, and a battle for third and fourth with two Brits involved. Remember, in the next event, it's double points. Now it's a tyre flip followed by a farmer's walk. Sadler got through the tyre but failed to complete the course. Marshall White did it though in just under 36 seconds. Nick, over to you.
Well, here's Hollands. He really needs big points here. Amazingly, currently out of the top four, Terry. Fourth place guarantees participation in this year's World's Strongest Man. And now Philippi off on the farmer's walk. No matter what he does here, Colin, not so much Philippi, but Terry Hollands will be a little bit disappointed at this event, at this competition.
Well, you know, his fitness has been tested again under these bright lights, and it's come up wanting a little bit. He's so good at explosive events, Big Terry, but, well, he's making a good attempt at this, though.
Philippi making an even better attempt, but Hollands isn't worried about Philippi. He's worried about Jason Bergman. The bottom line for Terry is he has to beat Bergman to get fourth place. It's as simple as that. If he beats Bergman, he is fourth. But all the time he's struggling to finish the job here. Terry's throwing Bergman a lifeline. He just gets inside 1 minute, 56.64. That's not great.
Well, I think everyone would agree that Terry's the stronger man over the one discipline over a short period, but Bergman's got great fitness. This new guy from America, I think he'll do quite well in this event.
And not only has Bergman got great fitness, he's also got the advantage now because he knows what Terry has put down. So the Bergman supporters in the crowd know exactly what the deal is. Bergman knows what the deal is, and so does Terry, unfortunately. If this guy comes inside 56 seconds, he will take fourth spot, and there's nothing Terry can do about it. Mark Felix on the other side. He's looking comfortable. Let's see, the tyre flip followed by the farmer's walk. It really is a draining last discipline, this. Head-to-head, not much between them. Felix has just pushed his nose in front, but only by a couple of tenths of a second. But now he's really opened up some daylight, and I think Bergman is pacing himself here. Felix is flying. 27.53, terrific time, but it's all about Bergman. If he can beat 56.64, he edges Terry Hollands, and they're screaming him on. And it's looking good for him. Just that last little bit of effort will see him through. Fourth place assured for Bergman and Felix, but the big two are still to come. We'll see them in just a couple of moments.
Sponsored by Fisherman's Friend.
Welcome back to the first qualifying round of World's Strongest Man, the Super Series event at the Mohegan Sun Casino and Resort. There are just 2 athletes left in the final event. To see who'll win the title, let's join Nick and Colin.
Thanks, Martin. Well, these are the two that have been getting the biggest cheers all day long. And who's going to be shouting the loudest at the end of this one? And you know Kevin Nee, the man who puts everything he's got into every single event, would love to put one over on Pudzianowski here, but that often brings out the best in Marius. You push him hard, he finds another level.
Well, I know who my money is on, and that's Marius Pudzianowski. This is when he's at his best. At the end of a contest, when everyone else is tired, he's still fit, ready to go.
Well, he's taken a big lead already, hasn't he? And he's got this lovely little technique of just making sure that tyre slides along a little bit after each push. It's perfectly legal, and it's very smart, and he literally jumps in to take 50 stones worth of weight in his hands, as if he's carrying a couple of bags of potatoes to the car from the supermarket. He makes this look ridiculously easy. 27.49, and he wasn't even trying. Kevin Nee, well, that's not shabby either. Under 35 seconds for Kevin. But what can you say about Marius? He made that look like it was full of feathers.
He's the king, he really is, and once again he's proved it. Kevin's just a prince in waiting at the moment.
A prince whose time is surely going to come as well. Terrific performance from both of these two. I think everybody's happy. They're certainly happy. Oh, what a terrific, terrific competition this has been. And confirmation of how it's ended up. Pudzianowski and Felix, the top two. Kevin Nee, very happy with third. Marshall White takes that fourth spot. Terry Hollands didn't even make the top 6. As for the top 2, they're now downstairs with Colin.
Congratulations. You're both going to World's Strongest Man.
Yes! Yes!
Marius, you happy?
Yes, I am happy. Only today wait for me because this guy, every competition, close. I must more train because next competition maybe beat me. He is young. I am now grandfather. I am 8 years more.
Well, old man, is this the new Marius? Hey, well done, Kevin. Feel good?
Thank you. I mean, just to qualify, you know what I'm saying? It's yes! You know, like, I'm so happy right now. I got to tip my hat to the better man once again. Maybe someday I'll get you. Maybe, but I'm happy where I'm at right now.
But maybe I finish. He's next.
Once again, the big man does it here at the Mohegan Sun. Spenny was awesome.
I think you have to bring in somebody from another planet if you want to have somebody to beat him now.
Maybe an alien could beat Marius. He's amazing. That's it from here at the Mohegan Sun. Till next time, goodbye.
Well, we now know who our first 4 qualifiers will be for the World's Strongest Man finals to be held here in California later on in the year. What about that performance by the 2 young Americans? Pretty impressive, but not quite as impressive as 41-year-old Mark Felix from Great Britain. Good on you, Mark. But surely the man to beat is Mariusz Pudzianowski. He is fired up and through to his 6th straight World's Strongest Man finals. Well, until we're back here in California for the Venice Grand Prix, it's goodbye.
So can anybody stop that Polish powerhouse? Find out with more contenders next Friday at 8. So next, it's a quick news update, followed by Friday Night Crime, NCIS, and then Law and Order.
Sponsored by Fisherman's Friend.